I'm in the kitchen here. John Granata from Camille's, my friend here. How are you?
Vince, how
Always good to see you.
Pleasure.
Joe Zito, TV's Mater D. He can't speak right now because he's eating a little salami. And look at us. What a muffaletta bread, correct?
This is a ciabatta bread that we're going to make a muffaletta with.
A muffaletta with.
From New Orleans, traditional New Orleans.
Okay, now, give us an idea of what we're going to cook. It's going to be fantastic food for Super Bowl Sunday. Or even this weekend. Yeah, well, this
is it.
No, is it this? Yeah, it is. That's right. I'm thinking the All-Star game, and this is the Super Bowl week.
Right, and we're talking Super Bowl, so we're talking crazy Super Bowl foods.
That's right.
Foods that are really not as hard as you think to make.
Yeah.
You can make ahead of time, and the great thing is that, I mean, they're just hearty foods.
Okay.
Well,
look at that.
So quick, let's run some down.
What I did traditionally in New Orleans, you have the muffaletta, which is an oversized, crazy Italian grinder on a nice crusty bread that's weighted down overnight.
And they put all kinds of things. I've been down there where they've had fried oysters and hot sauce.
Right. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff.
That is a sandwich of the highest order.
Now, unfortunately, Indianapolis has a kind of mundane. They have a kind of mundane sandwich, which is a pork cutlet with lettuce, tomatoes, pickles, mayonnaise, and mustard. But they have Peyton Manning, so
yeah.
Well, Peyton Manning's great, but he's actually from New Orleans. So
meatball sliders, we got.
Meatball sliders are good.
Yeah, we're going to show you in the last segment. We're going to show you how to do a couple of different other sandwiches too that are easy and very.
And nice got great wines.
And Joe's got some great wines for us. You brought 3 of them for us.
And a craft beer too.
And a craft beer.
Yeah,
okay, I thought one of them was a wine.
We're eating and drinking here.
Fantastic. All right, so we're going to start putting this all together. So we had a ton of food over here, and we're going to start doing it when we come right back. Until then, back to you guys. Oh, it sounds fantastic. We're going to start cooking now, and we're making sandwiches, and Joe is...
can't stop eating.
There may not be anything left by the time we're done here with Joe Zito, TV Mater D. John Granata here from Camille's. We're going to start actually to make a little bit of a sandwich here. We're going to make the muffaletta, correct?
This is the muffaletta.
Which comes from New Orleans.
It originated in New Orleans, yes.
Early 20th century by Salvatore Lupo at Central Grocery. He was a Sicilian immigrant, so that's why our wines are going to tie in a little of this.
All right, fantastic.
All right, simple little Italian dressing.
All right, what do I need to do here? Give me something to do.
I'm going to...
What do I need to do?
You just keep eating, Joe.
Yeah, just eat, Joe.
Yep. First of all, I'm going to start layering cold cuts. You can go the next one right after me.
All right.
You can grab that ham.
What do I need? The ham?
Yep.
This ham?
We're looking at salami.
This ham?
Sure. Any
I don't know. We got a lot of...
We got salami.
We got salami. We got ham. What is this? Gabagool?
Yep. Yeah, and as we're doing this, Vince, the important thing with any sandwich, and people overlook it many times, you've got to start off with the best bread. It is so critical to a great sandwich.
This is a ciabatta bread, which is a very crusty bread. And the reasoning, go right on top of that.
Right on top. All right.
The reasoning behind the ciabatta is because, and the crust is, you want something that's going to hold up overnight. Because the whole idea of the sandwich is we're going to layer it with these marinated olives, and we're going to do some pickled peppers on them, some tomatoes and onions, and some hot peppers.
Okay.
And what's going to happen is we're going to compress this overnight.
Great.
A plate and some brick, and what's going to happen the next day is it's going to come together.
John, I got to interrupt you. I apologize. We're going to continue to do this. When we come back, we're going to have a lot more time. We're going to finish this thing up if Joe leaves us with anything. Mother full of grace. Back to you guys.
Welcome back in the Roadshow kitchen this morning. Joe Zito, one of my favorite men on the planet. Joe Granata, probably my second favorite man on the planet here from Camille's. We're making like sandwiches galore.
This whole place is
sandwiches. I know. I said sandwich.
Well, you did. It sounded just real North Providence enough for me.
We started out with the New Orleans muffaletta, right? Earlier. Muffaletta. And that's it right here?
Right.
We're looking at that?
We're going to compress that overnight, and that's what happens at the end.
Yep.
All the flavors kind of go through and soak into the bread.
Obviously, we're sticking with the Super Bowl theme. We got New Orleans. We got
Indy.
St. Louis. Indy. God, I said St. Louis. Sorry.
Indianapolis has what they call a pork cutlet sandwich, which is a very boring sandwich. It's just an oversized pork cutlet with lettuce, tomatoes, mayonnaise, and a little bit of mustards and pickles.
Okay.
But they have Peyton Manning, so...
You had to throw that in there. We'll move along from here.
So what we're going to do is we're going to Rhode Islandize it.
Excellent.
And we're going to take some beautiful crusty breads, and we're going to slice them down the middle. We got some chicken cutlet with some Robbie and some sharp provolone cheese.
Nice.
Right? So that's that smell that we're all
would you drizzle
smelling
just
right
a little oil on the top
there?
there?
A little olive oil and some fragrances on the top. And then you will compress that, and you put that aside for your guests.
Okay.
And then what you do is you just cut these into pieces. You know what I mean? So that everybody can have a little
Let me
piece.
ask you real quick. You talked about compressing this with a brick overnight. You really do that?
The muffaletto.
Yeah, what you do is you put a plate, you put it on a plate, you put another plate on top, and you weight it down with bricks.
You really, okay, if you don't have a brick, what else would suffice?
A cinder block?
No, any kind of
A cinder block?
More plates. What? No, not everybody has a cinder
Either that
block
or
in the
a
kitchen?
2-year-old, whatever you happen to have
Oh my
around.
gosh!
You know,
Yeah,
just,
honey, I'll give you $5 in your allowance jar if you sit on the sandwich all night.
Must
There
be
you
an
go.
Italian thing. I don't know. Anyway, secondly, what we did was we got some beautiful sausages.
Yeah.
And we got a whole loaf of Italian bread, regular Italian bread. This would be a ciabatta bread. This is Italian bread. And what I did was I have 3 different kinds of peppers on this one.
Oh.
We have your regular red peppers that what I did was I roasted them in the oven.
Yep.
We have what you call piquillo peppers, which they call pepperdews. You can find these in the market. They're absolutely insane. And we have homemade pickled peppers also.
Okay.
So you got 3 different variations going on.
Joe,
there.
what were you going to say?
I was going to say that the point for the viewers is don't be boring. Have fun. This is Super Bowl. This is an American holiday.
I know.
And you just have to have fun, you know?
Yep.
And look at this stuff. You can have your own variations of it. You got recipes online and really can have fun with this muffaletta. And as far as the wines, okay?
Okay, what are you suggesting to serve? You know what? I think it's more of a beer holiday, though.
Yeah, I know. Well,
we'll
we'll get to that, too. But very briefly, in honor of Salvatore Lupo, who originated in the early 20th century, the muffaletta sandwich, he was a Sicilian immigrant, and I have 2 gorgeous table wines from Sicily, okay? This is Grillo Catarato, right from Sicily. It's clean, it's crisp, it's delicious. It'll complement that without overpowering that because you got beautiful ingredients.
Okay.
And this is a red table wine here, and it's called Baglio del Sole. And these are both from Sicily. They're beautiful. They're $13 a bottle at Gasparo's. You know Mark Gasparo is my dear friend, and that's where I get my wines. You can find them right there. Now, beer. You mentioned beer.
Okay,
I don't
yes,
like boring beer. We all know where we can get beer, and we know 6-packs and Johnny 6-packs out there. Craft beers are what's hot now.
Right.
Incredible craft beers. This is one from New York State, okay, and it's from the Southern Tier Brewing Company. It's an India Pale Ale, and it's called Unearthly.
There you go.
Okay, now craft beers usually come in 22-ounce bottles, higher alcohol content, much more expensive. But the key to craft beers, you don't have 5, 6, 7 of these. The hops, the flavors, they make them in smaller amounts, and they're all the rage now. And there's hundreds and hundreds of beautiful craft beers, and they're more like some of them are like a dessert in their own way.
Well, listen, we got about a minute here, so we want to actually put the finishing touches on our last big sandwich. One thing I want to add to. Oh yeah. Oh, beautiful. Which one should we hack into? I want to try a bite.
Why don't you try the muffaletta?
And we want you to try this at home. There is danger involved, but try it at home.
Very crusty, so be careful.
And as they mentioned, the bread is the key. Listen to that. Ready?
Did I have one of those?
Can you hear that?
Yeah, you did.
All right.
No, I didn't. I had a meatball slider. Don't forget meatball sliders. We got those too.
We have some meatball sliders, which are very easy to make. Isn't that nice?
This one, it's great.
That's the whole point. You want to bear with that?
I gotta wash it down with the beer in a second.
Have one. It's only the
I don't know
news.
if that's allowed, but listen, one quick thing to say. If you're having a Super Bowl party, easy, inexpensive way to please a crowd.
Right.
Got to do it.
Oh,
right?
fantastic.
Absolutely.
You know, what else do you need? And it's really beautiful.
Nothing.
Compliments of Chef Granata and the Road
John, Joe, thanks so much for joining us.
Always great to see you.
Great to see you. Thanks for feeding the whole station with all this as well. Right now, we're gonna head things over to Michelle.
New Orleans?
Going Orleans.
All right.